I got caught for possession and consumption of marijuana. I was a military guy for 10 years. I was with the Naval Diver. I trained combat divers. I was part of the Maritime security team.
You're a rapper, you're an actor,
Yep.
you're a life coach, you're a Renaissance man.
I'm a swim coach as well. The way I stay grounded is to express myself through music. I was born in the project, born and raised in Indonesia, in Medan. I was raised by the street, basically. At the age of 12, she brought me over to Singapore. How I deal with stress back in the day was I just smoke weed, suppress it. I served 7 months, 10 days.
Wow, in Changi.
No. In detention barrack. That was the turning point of my life, I would think.
Of course.
During my incarceration, I read like 70 over books.
I love that. Let's talk about that.
Mostly self-help. And all of the self-help book was in pristine condition.
No one was touching them.
No one, right?
And actually, those are the books they should have been reading.
My family actually trying to help me. They planned my life for me. It was like, okay, what you are out, go and become a security guard. Stable pay, you have the military background. What? I don't want to be a security guard. The first day I was out, took back all my recording equipment from my friend, start recording my first song. I realized troubled youth come from different background, not just underprivileged. Sometimes too much privilege cause that as well. There was one case that we were handling, and he's the son of a chief of police. He's doing this because he just wants attention. We are trying to provide creative education for free
Love
to
it.
the underprivileged. Why not I be the solution for it?
Lee, how you doing?
Great.
You know what? This might be the final podcast of the year, and if it is, I'm very happy that I'm doing it with you.
Thanks. It's a pleasure, like for me, because I'm a fan of the podcast,
Thank you.
and also because I do like to listen to podcasts a lot. So, like, I kind of discover your podcast by accident.
Yeah. How did it come up? Was it because of EJ?
I think it's because of EJ,
Okay.
and then when I'm like, this guy seems interesting. Then I look at your content. I'm like, your guests are interesting. Like,
Yeah.
it's different from the usual, just, pardon my French, like bullshit podcast. Like, people just
Yeah.
chit-chatting over bullshit. There's no value to it. It's entertainment, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like entertainment is good, but I want to add value to my life as well. Let me see what I can learn from listening to. And
I love it.
I ended up learning a lot.
Thank you, brother. Well, so did I. So we met for the first time only 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
At EJ Fight Night. And you and I actually spent most of the evening talking together.
Yeah.
And you dropped a lot of wonderful wisdom, and I'm grateful you're here. But for the few people that may not know you, can you give a quick intro to the audience, please?
Okay, so my name is Lee Rocka on stage, right? But my government ID says that I'm Wayne Lee.
Okay.
However, I go by the name of Daniel
Okay.
because I'm a Muslim revert. So ever since I practiced that religion, I introduce myself as Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what should I call you?
Call me whatever makes you comfortable.
No, yes, you are. Listen.
Daniel. I'll
Daniel.
prefer
Okay.
Daniel. Yeah.
I love that. Now, talk about, one of the things, I didn't share this with you, but my heritage going way back apparently is from Medan.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to surprise you so you had a real reaction. So when I first moved to Singapore in
Oh, wow.
2001, I found that out. And then I ended up going there in 2001 by chance with a friend of mine. It was my first trip when I was here. So I went to Lake Toba and stuff. So tell us your journey where you were born and raised, please.
Okay, so I was born and raised in Indonesia, in Medan, right? Specifically. So every time when I introduce myself and I say I'm from Indonesia, people just assume that I'm a rich Indonesian Chinese kid, right?
Yeah.
But that's far from the truth. Like, my background was never wealth.
Tell everyone what Medan is like, because I've been back since 2001, but tell everyone what Medan is like.
Nothing changed.
Okay. Really?
So maybe the airport changed location. In 2001, when you go back, the airport was still small, right?
Yeah.
right?
Everything was small except the lake and the boulders at the bottom of the lake.
Yeah. So they have moved the airport now.
Okay.
It was used to be in the center of the city.
Okay.
They have moved it like 1 hour away.
Okay.
So that kind of like tell you how dangerous the city is.
Yeah. So you were born and raised there till how old?
Until 12.
Okay. So tell me about what life was like that, because it's very rural, outdoors.
No, I was born in the project.
Oh, you
basically,
were?
like in the ghetto side of Indonesia. So, and I didn't grow up with my parents because my dad was. I didn't know that until like last decade, I think. My dad was a professional criminal.
Okay.
Right, anything that you can make money on, right? He have his hands on it.
Okay.
But he looked like a professional businessman. Right? So that's how my mom kind of got arranged marriage to him.
Okay.
But then the marriage didn't work out. They got a divorce when I was 5. My mom come to Singapore in search for a new life. That's where she met my stepfather. Right? Then they got a family together. And at the age of 12, she decided to like, you know what? Let's reunite the whole family.
Yeah.
Right? She brought me over to Singapore. Right? With that being said, the period that I need parents' love the most, I don't really have it. Right? So I basically got, I was raised by the street, basically.
Yeah.
Right? I hang out with other delinquent.
Or the bad boys on the street.
Pretty much. But those people taught me one thing, like the real value of family. Like, I love this quote, like, blood make you related, but bond make you family, right? The relationship you have with someone is family,
Yeah.
right? The stronger it is, right? You can call it brotherhood, you can call it whatever, but at the end of the day, the one that look out for you the most, the one that take care of you the most, right, may not be blood related.
Correct. And you don't choose your family, but you can get to choose your friends.
Exactly. So that environment, I kind of fall into it, and they taught me like a lot of good values. Not a lot, like a certain good values. A lot of bad ones.
Well, look, tell everyone. Let's give a quick intro, because
Yeah.
the first thing you said to me, or one of the first things, that you'd been in prison.
Yeah.
Go through, get a quick snapshot, and then we're going to turn back the pages of time.
Oh, okay. So I was caught for drug in 2016.
Where?
In
Which
Singapore.
country? In Singapore.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was a military guy for 10 years. I was with the Naval Diver.
Okay.
I was a regular there. I trained combat divers. I was part of the Maritime security team as well. So there was like a kind of a combat role.
For 10 years?
Yeah, for 10 years I was there. And I got caught for possession and consumption of marijuana, right? Because how I deal with stress back in the day was I just smoke weed to get rid of it. Not get rid of it, to run away from it.
Yeah.
Suppress it, right? Then I got caught for it. In 2017, I got released. And I've just...
How many months were you down for?
sentenced for 11 months, but I served 7 months, 10 days.
Wow. In Changi?
No. In detention barrack, because
Okay.
I was a military
Okay.
regular.
Okay.
Right? So, yeah, so that kind of like, that was the turning point of my life, I would think.
Of course. You know what's crazy is when you look at America, where marijuana is now legalized in many states, there are a lot of people that are still imprisoned for it, which is crazy. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. And again, let's just finish your description of who you are before we'll go back through everything. But you're a rapper, you're an actor,
Yep.
you're a life coach, you're a Renaissance man. Is there anything else that you do that I'm not familiar with?
I'm a swim coach as well. So
You're a swim coach as well?
yeah. So I like also by accident, because I have the swim coaching ability during my Naval Diver time, right? And then my soon-to-be ex-wife, like now still wife, right? she was like, we have a lot of pools in our condo. Why not you just... Because she keeps seeing ads of swim coach wanted, right? They're like, it's just out, like, it's coach them, like they're just out the door, right?
Exactly.
So I'm like, fine, so I get a conversion course, and then I start coaching in my condo itself.
Amazing. So go back to growing up in Medan. You left at 12.
Yep.
Now, where did you go? Walk me through it. Straight to Singapore.
Straight to Singapore.
How did it come about?
It's because my mom wanted to reunite the family unit, right? And when I come here, due to the environment that I grew up in, I can't assimilate well with the local because the environment is like yin and yang, right? It's the total opposite. It's so safe here.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's so safe here, every boys that I know is pretty much still trying to grow up.
Yeah, that's an interesting observation.
Right? All they talk about was wrestling, Saturday night cartoon or Saturday morning or Sunday morning cartoon, right? Like Power Rangers and stuff like that.
It's a bubble, right?
Yeah, so for me, it's like, what's this? So I have a hard time gelling with them. And the fact that I kind of like roll back 2 years academically doesn't help the situation because I was supposed to be secondary 1 by the time that I'm 12, but no. When I come here, I'm already 13, right? When I start school.
Yeah.
Right? So I came here when I was 12, learned English, and then try to go to the secondary school, fail the entry exam, then go to primary 6 entry exam, failed that as well. Primary 5, barely passed it. Right? But I ended up starting at primary 5. Right? So that 2 years age gap doesn't help as well. Like I'm literally with kids.
Yeah. It must have been weird.
Oh, very weird.
You're going through puberty way before them and what have you.
Yeah, so that's when I try to find solace in music, right? Because music has always been...
So that's how music found you and you found music?
Yeah.
What did you fall in love with straight away? What was the main thing?
No, initially I fell in love with Michael Jackson.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
My dad have this Thriller tape that I always played when I was young.
How old are you now?
Now I'm 40.
Because when you said tape, I thought, okay, straight away, right? Because my kids, when I tell them what even if I tell my youngest, she's 10, what a CD is, and she goes, back when the dinosaurs roamed the planet. She's 10, man. She's got lyrics. But Michael Jackson, okay.
Yeah, so I love Michael. I learned my English. I learned his lyrics before I knew English, right?
That's the power of music.
Yeah, so, but when my voice broke, right, I can't sing Michael Jackson's song anymore. So I tried to, you know what? I can't find solace in singing a song that I can't hit the pitch on.
Yeah.
So I start to like explore other genre, right? Then that kind of led me to hip hop and rap. You know, I've heard when I first heard DMX, right?
I love DMX.
Dude, like he is like the energy he has on all his songs is just different.
Yeah, it's visceral. It's so sad he's gone, right? He's just...
Yeah.
What are your top 3 DMX songs?
Oh, my first one has to be Let Life Be My Song.
Okay.
That is it's not a gangster. It's kind of a motivational rap in a way, right? And second one will be of course the Rough Rider anthem. Everyone got put that in. Then
I'm hearing the song in my head now, man.
Then the third one is X gonna give it to you?
X gonna give it to you. But his voice is hard to replicate. You can't.
Like
You
he's
can't
so
even get close.
different.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so
Ja
visceral.
Rule tried.
He tried. I do love. You know what? Because I know they had a lot of beef, but I do love some of Ja Rule's songs. But
I love Ja Rule as well.
But the thing about, Always on Time is one of my favorite songs. But the thing for me, nothing but gangster, the smoke and get high again. I love that song. But DMX, there's just, like he's a man's man, right?
Yeah, and not just that. Like the fact that all of his album, he make it a point that he have a song that is religious, right? To kind of show people that I'm not just a gangster rapper. I'm not just a dog rapper.
Yeah.
Right? I am a believer as well.
Okay.
Is what sets him apart from other rappers, I think.
Yeah. Are you a MMA fan, a UFC fan?
I wouldn't say a fan, but I love watching it.
So Anderson Silva, who for the longest time was the greatest MMA fighter on the planet, his walkout song was to DMX.
Nice.
Ain't no sunshine and it's just like it's when it hits, so that there are some songs that are synonymous with in fighting anyway with the Fighters walkout song. That's one of them. That's brilliant. And then after that, then who became your major idols and people that you listen to?
Right now, I love Ice Cube a lot. Right? Ever since I discovered him, I realized the way he rhyme and the way he tells stories in his music is it's very unique.
You know what he talks about? I saw an interview with him, funny enough, yesterday. It was a clip. He talks about, it took 5 years for him to get to a half-decent level. Right? And it's like the book Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers. He says 10,000 hours. Because everyone thinks, you get good at something fast. There's no such thing.
I mean, if this is what I believe, right? Everyone have a level of talent in them that is God's given.
Yeah.
And for you to master something that is God's given talent, you will take a little shorter than other people.
Yeah. So he was doing 5 years. It would have taken me 25 years.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that.
No, I can't sing for shit, bro.
So I'm just saying, like, let's just use. I like this example a lot. Like, let's use Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
As an example.
Yeah.
Right. He grew up loving baseball.
Yeah. That's his first love, right?
He's a baseball fan. But what do we know him as?
Basketball all day.
Exactly, right? So for me, like, it doesn't matter what you love.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you don't try everything, you don't know where your talent lies.
That's the challenge I have in Singapore because children have to choose one extracurricular activity. So let's say you do music and you want to play drums. But you love it, but you're not as good as you potentially would be at piano. You should try everything when you're young. Because I believe, and you're going to get this, right? I believe that all children have a musician, an artist, an actor, an athlete in all of children. At what level? Who knows? It will vary. But I think we should explore those things.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't. They're afraid, especially as people become adults. This is why I admire you so much. Because I'll give an example. Do you know who the best actor is in Singapore?
I believe so.
No, do you know who do you think it is?
I'll
tell you.
Fan Wong. No.
No, you're talking to him, motherfucker. It's me. And I haven't even done any acting. But my point is, all jokes aside, I'm just saying you have to believe it to put yourself into it.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll play a clip of you rapping coming out to EJ. But let me tell you, when you did it, I was like, wow, this was... And Gautam got some great footage of you.
Yeah.
So how did you guys choose that song?
Okay, so he wanted to work with me, and he said, like, bro, like, Singapore boxing scene is pretty monotonous, and like, I've looked at MMA, I've looked at boxing overseas, and like the biggest dog always have a rapper walking out with them, right? And he said, I want to work with you because you're a close friend of mine.
How did you get to meet, by the way?
Acting.
Okay.
So we were in a McDonald commercial together.
Really? I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
Really?
No, but the scene is like, we're not the main guy, right? We are in the beginning of the scene, but we are not the main guy, right? So the whole scene is, you know how boys have to go through NS, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to build up confidence and stuff like that. So they're trying to, the queue to the club was too long. So I was in the front of the queue.
Okay.
EJ was the bouncer.
Okay.
Right? So after that whole shoot, we kind of like clicked because we have a lot of similarities, right? We refuse to work for incompetent people.
Yeah.
Right? And
I love that.
And we click. And then we see each other progress throughout the year. Right? So he said, like, I love how consistent you are. I love how like when you say something, you'll do it. Why not we start, like, why not, like, my boxing debut, you walk out to me, like,
I love it,
with a song.
Okay.
So he have a few ideas on what the song was.
Okay.
And then when he sent it to me, I'm like, bro, first of all, it's too long, right? Second of all, I don't think it's gangster enough. So I'm like, let me propose you my song. Like instead of writing a new one.
Did you have a short list?
Yeah, I have a few. I have 3 songs, right?
Okay.
So he ended up liking Many Men.
Yeah.
Right? He said that lyrics kind of like resonate with him. Like a lot of people don't believe in him. A lot of people like pretty much want to kill him in his career.
Yeah.
But he have rise up to the occasion. Then I'm like, that's the reason why I wrote the song in the first place, right? Because none of my family members supported me since I got released.
Yeah.
And the people that supported me the most are the people that I known the least.
So you became the black sheep of the family, is it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Have you got it on your phone? If you can play the song, can you rap a little bit?
Yeah,
you
I
need
do, I
some
do, I
music?
do.
Have you got your phone on you? Or is it that one there?
Oh, my phone is right there. Thanks, Paul.
Because I'd love to get. You know, I had a buddy of mine, Rai Kanu, who's a radio DJ here. He's a singer. He was a singer for 2 decades, and he brought his guitar. And I thought, why not? We can have a little bit of Danial Lee Rocka in the house.
Okay, so this is the song. So I produced this, and I use the some of the chorus from 50 Cent, and interpolate it. Wish that for me, Lord, I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. It's because of many. Wish that for so I just repeat that part, and then I switch it up. Don't look to the sky no more. Let's go. That's because they want me killed. They want me shot up in the head. They want me crash. And hanging loose around my neck. They want me killed. They want me shot up in the head. They want me crash. And hanging loose around my neck, yeah. That's where they want me. Yeah. That's why they want me. That's where they want me. Always push my limit, only pivot for my digit. Need to see it, to believe it. I'll never quit till I'm hit by million straight. A ricochet on a name. Don't matter where I'm at, I'll never quit this game of life till I'm slashed by a knife. Crash or buried alive. I'll keep pushing it far. I don't jump and I die. I don't just do what I thrive. Always strive to excel. I aim to be good as hell. Yeah, homie, can you tell? If there's a fire, I sell. Hope like a dog in a picture of hope. I do this hope. Man.
Oh, mate, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so like,
Good.
I do talk about my struggle in a way.
Yeah.
But I like, to be honest, I'm still struggling with depression a lot of time, right? However,
Thanks for sharing. I have done as well.
Yeah, so, but for me, I always look at myself in the mirror and say, bro, you got this, right? Like, and then I start to tell myself that this is what you have done.
Yeah.
You can achieve more.
Yeah.
Right? It's just a bad patch. It's not a bad life, right?
Do you still exercise a lot?
Yeah.
Because
I exercise every day now.
That's great, because I found that helps me battle it or keep it a little bit in check.
Yeah.
And I know you don't drink anymore, which is great, because that, for a lot of people, that is a negative spiral.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even EJ talked about it. He said he would drink to get over, it just exasperated all his problems.
That, for me, it was that. Then when I realized I do not like how I behave when I'm on alcohol, I switched to going back. Like, I went back to weed, right? So that was my kind of like my coping mechanism.
So roll through. So talk to me about your high school years, going through, like, how do you decide to, stay in the military for 10 years?
I always try to make friends, but it always kind of like surface level.
Yeah.
Right? I try to find a community that I can kind of hang with. And then during the military, we pretty much suffer together, and there was a bond in a way, right? However, I was trying to pursue music full time.
Okay.
But I didn't know the means, I didn't know the ways. Struggled for 2 years after my ORD. Like, ORD means like operational ready date, for those who don't know, right?
How old were you?
About 20,
Okay.
22.
Okay.
22, right? I ORD, and then after a while, they called me back for reservice. So during my first cycle of reservice, I saw my buddy during army that has signed on early, like just walking around, like relax. Like his job is every morning when I was like taking attendance, I see him walking around with a bag of coffee, right? Going to the office. And I'm like, bro, like, is this your routine
Yeah.
every day? Like, bro, like the life of a regular is chill. So I'm like, what am I struggling outside for? So I decided to sign on. So
Wow.
I didn't sign on immediately. I signed on only like,
Is that unusual? Because I would imagine most people that sign on, they go straight through.
yeah.
So,
It's unusual, but it's not unheard of,
okay.
right? But my mistake.
Did you seek counsel from your family or friends, or did you just do it on your own?
No, like,
Because it's a big decision.
yeah.
Is there a minimum time that you have to sign up for? How does it work?
5 years.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's a big thing, man.
No, but the thing is, like, I think every boy should sign on.
Yeah.
Every boy. So why? If you think long term, right? That is the best paying career, the best place to learn. Because when you sign on, you will climb up the rank, you will play different role. To a point that you will learn about people management, you will learn about project management, you will learn about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it's structured.
And it's at the highest level, right?
Exactly. And it's structured well.
Yeah.
And then if you're planning to be a business owner, you should start here.
Yeah.
Where else can they pay you to learn all this?
That's the thing. You're getting paid to learn.
But I didn't see it that way.
Most young people wouldn't. They wouldn't. They
Right.
don't understand, right? Actually, if you had the opportunity to go back, say you were 30, and you realize, oh, if I could go back in time and learn it, it's wonderful.
Yeah. So for me, like, if people ask me if I could go back in time, what would you do? I'm like, just use your time to learn, bro. Because at the end of the day, like, this is what I discovered, right? A lot of people value money a lot, right? But money is just a byproduct of something.
Yeah.
Right? For me, the byproduct of money is TAKE, right? It's time multiplied by AKE, which is applicable knowledge executed.
Love it.
You have to, like, knowledge is not enough. You have to apply and execute it,
Yeah.
right?
It's everything.
Yeah. So like, money is just the byproduct of that, right? If you don't, and the knowledge, if the knowledge that you know only enables you to get, like, let's just say a waiter,
Yeah.
right? All he knows is waitering,
Yes.
right? So if he keep applying that time and time again, then the money that he's gonna get is gonna be just that. However, if you a waiter, but you know how to serve people well, you know how to do customer service well, chances of you getting tip is a lot, right?
I want to interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
You know when you talk, you know who you remind me of?
Oh, you?
No. A much better man than me, Bruce Lee. When you speak, your intonation on certain words and phrases. Have you ever heard that before?
No, you're the first one.
I'm serious.
I'm honored, bro, because I love Bruce Lee a lot.
I love Bruce Lee. His birthday would have been just 85 soon, but sorry to interrupt you. But it came to me just then. I was talking to you. I said, wow, okay. No, you're right. Take is everything, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you enlisted. Then what happened?
And I start focusing on just getting by, I think.
Do you choose where you're assigned, or how does that unfold?
No, they assign you. Like, since I was already a naval diver, they just attached me to a combat unit to be an assistant trainer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about naval diving. How deep are you going? What are you doing?
On hindsight, I should have enjoyed it more, because I was lying to myself that I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the people that I worked with.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't enjoy. But the things that I was doing, I pretty much enjoyed. Right? I learned like paratrooping. I jump out from helicopters and planes.
Fuck me, I'd pay to do that, bro. Wow.
Oh, it was amazing.
Was it?
Yeah.
It must be scary as hell at first.
Initially, I thought I have I thought I have phobia of height.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
And how high were you when you were jumping out?
I can't remember. It's pretty high. It's pretty high, right?
Have you got pictures and footage of any of that?
I don't.
Yeah, because they're not. It's
You
work.
can't-
It's not social media.
Yeah, and you can't like the military was the last place in Singapore that implemented camera phone. And camera phone have exist for like 2 decades by then. Right?
Crazy.
So they were very slow in implementing it.
Yeah.
So they kind of like got implemented during the last 2 years of my service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that discipline and what was the physicality like doing that?
I mean, there was a lot, like, since Naval Diver is one of the elite force in Singapore,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there was a bunch of physical routine that you have to do. And I was always at the bottom rung, right? I would just do the bare minimum. And because I kind of like, and I was so stressed out with the people that I work with, I ended up smoking 1 pack of cigarette a day.
So 26.
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes more, right? And when cigarette kind of like don't help when
When you're diving, man, your lung capacity, right? And
then
how long were you down for? What was the longest you were under water for?
underwater for 2 hours.
Jeez. And you're fixing what, cables, machine equipment down there?
No,
What are you doing?
I was the standby diver. During training, you need a standby diver to pretty much like take care of the safety of the trainees and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I was the standby diver. Yeah.
Wow. And it must be, with that, how deep do you go?
Oh, for that, it's like what? 4 meters?
Okay.
4, 6, 10.
Okay.
But you won't be at 10 for a long time. 10 is only utilized for, like, because there's this thing called the emergency drill where every divers have to do once every quarterly? Or is it half yearly? I forgot, right? But you have to keep doing this emergency drill to be considered a current diver,
Yeah.
right? So it's a currency drill.
Yeah.
So everyone have to do it.
Wow. And then you got to the end of your. Why did you decide to leave? Was it because of
The drug issues. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
and then they exited as soon as you came out of prison.
Yep.
You're done.
Yep.
It's a shame, like, because you spent 10 years of your life.
Yeah. But the thing is, during my incarceration, I read like 70 over books.
I love that. Let's talk about that. 'Cause-
Mostly self-help.
Okay.
Right? So and it's also by chance, I would say, because I was first few weeks, right? First 2 weeks, I think. I was borrowing like storybooks just to listen and pass time. Not listen, just to read and pass time. But for some reason, fiction book always have a chapter or a page missing, which kind of like screw the whole reading experience up. Like, what the hell happened, right? So I told myself, like, the next pristine looking book that I saw in the library, I will take it. And all of the self-help book was in pristine condition.
No one was touching them.
No one, right?
And actually, those are the books they should have been reading.
Exactly, right? So I went and picked up this book called Being Happy by Andrew Matthews.
Wow.
It's thin, digestible, and there's a lot of like drawings as well, like to help you entertain you a little bit, right? And when I read it, there's a lot of cliche things that he's saying. But if you kind of like sit and reflect upon it, it is logical.
It's real.
It's very real, right? So for me,
you know, by the way, that night when we met, see, most people were there in a nightclub watching the boxing, and we were talking about books.
Yeah.
We were talking about philosophy, weren't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, which is why I think like I admire you even more, because like I find a lot of similarities, right? From listening to your podcast and interacting with, like, wow, this guy pretty much like me. Like, despite all of the challenges, I understand you have you're dyslexic. Dyslexics, and that didn't stop you from anything.
What I've realized about most of our weaknesses is that they actually become your strengths, because, you know, I'll give you an example. No one will believe this. I'm an introvert by nature. And I'm in sales. So let's just pretend 50% of the world are introverts. You're going to connect with them a lot easier. And then if the other 50% are extroverts, how do you sell to them? Let them talk, right? You just find ways. But dyslexia, how I think it's helped me is it's improved my memory, right? And maybe because I have to read everything 2 or 3 times to properly comprehend it, it means that I learn things a little bit more deeply, right? So, but also the reality is if you have weaknesses here, you have strengths there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, and then, by the way, because I read very slowly, but you can see from my library behind me, as part of my library. In my company, there's 131 books in my company library. And a lot of my employees over the years, they refrain from reading. And I said, well, look, I don't want to force you to read because it defeats the purpose. I'm going to recommend you read. And, I say, I'll give an example. If I said to a young person incarcerated or a 22-year-old man or woman, hey, if you read these 70 books that Lee Rocka's just read, you're going to become a multimillionaire. Would you read the books? If you had a year to read the books as a tall order, would you? Yeah, of course I would. Of course I'd read the books. I said, well, now we just need to take away the fact that there is no golden formula that you're going to become a multimillionaire. But that reading those books is going to help you. It's going to increase the chances. Guess what? No one reads the books. It just doesn't make any sense, right? And I just find the impetus to learn is so important. And I do think that all the short format that is out there at the moment, the problem is it means knowledge is superficial, it's not deep. So when you're reading things and you're studying things and you're implementing them, that's when change really happens.
The implementation. Yeah. Yes, that is the part that a lot of people forget, right? Like knowing is not enough. Like this is the best example I can give you, right? When you walk outside, right? Let's just say the mall, the park, or whatever, right? You will see people who are obese. Are you telling me they don't know that exercising is good?
Of course they know.
Everybody knows exercising is good.
Yeah.
Right? But if everybody knows it, why we still have people who are fat?
Yeah.
Medical condition aside, right? Most people have medical condition because they are fat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like when I start to realize people undervalue time is due to the fact that they do not have enough knowledge to understand that time is actually the most important asset you can have in this world, and everyone have the equal amount of time given.
100%.
Right? So for me, it's like where you are in life is actually due to the time that you have invested throughout your life. So where I am at now is because of me putting in effort since 2017.
Been grinding, bro.
Yeah.
You're not talking about obese people, and look, some people have some hereditary issues or whatever, natural ailments. But I had a friend of mine who was a bit overweight, and he said, "Can you help me?" I said, "No problem. But you've got to be committed." He goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Right, there you go." So I put on the table in front of him a 10 kg plate. As in a weight plate. He goes, "What do you want me to do with that?" I said, "I wanted to push it 10 times. So he'd push it and I pushed it back. He goes, "We're not even in the gym. This is fucking weird, Paul. What are you doing?" I said, "Now, you've got to imagine that's a plate of McDonald's in front of you and you're pushing it away. You're not going to eat it." He goes, "You motherfucker." But I said, listen, because when I'm depressed or stressed out, I eat a lot of crap. And the irony is, sometimes I feel like I'm working out in order to eat a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? But it's balance.
It is. It's actually balanced because I forgot this. There's this fitness influencer that I follow on Instagram, right? And he is different, right? He said like you can count your calories all you want, but at the end of the day, right? If your output doesn't justify your input, you still get fat.
Yeah, simple.
Yeah. So it's like it's about what you do. It's not what you eat. Yes, what you eat is important, but that is like the least of the problem.
Yeah,
it's what you do that is the problem.
Yeah. It's up here first. So when you came out of incarceration, what did you do? Because did everyone leave you? You know, the people that you thought were your friends and family.
No.
Some of them disappeared, or what?
My family actually trying to help me, right? They want me. They plan my life for me, right? There's like, okay, what you're out, go and become a security guard. Stable pay. You have the military background. You will like climb the ladder faster. Like just become a security guard. But I'm like, what? I don't want to be a security guard.
Yeah.
All of the successful people that wrote books tell me to pursue my passion.
Yeah.
And my passion has always been music. So I wanna see where I can go with it. There's like, but you have been doing it for don't know how many years, and you have not I'm like, I have not successful because I have not been serious about it.
You haven't jumped in, dedicated yourself.
Yeah. So I'm like, I want to see if I'm serious about it, where I can go with it, right? So it's like, nah, man, you're delusional, blah, 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 blah. Like, we're trying to help you. You don't want, like, first of all, I didn't ask for your help.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
And you just jump in trying to control my life and tell me that I'm supposed to do this.
Yeah.
No offense to y'all. None of y'all are successful.
Yeah. By the way, when people do that, it pisses me off. Because, you know, as you said, you didn't ask for the help.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the other thing is, I think it's how people give advice. If it's with kindness and they talk and they ask you, well, what do you... See, I always ask questions first.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? So if I met a young man in your predicament, I'd say, well, what are you thinking? What do you feel your options are? Because you have options.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But most people cast aspersions based on their own limited thought process. And that's the beginning of the end for a lot of people.
Exactly. Right. I mean, I love my family, don't get me wrong, but I didn't get well with them. It's because they don't see what I see. Right? So for me, it's like I've read and gained a lot of knowledge. I'm just trying to apply it. You need to give me time to apply it, right? Then if I fail, I'll give you the first ticket to tell me that I told you so.
Yeah.
Right? But until then, let me try.
Yeah.
So
what was the next step then?
I start, like, the first day I was out, took back all my recording equipment from my friend, start recording my first song.
Okay.
And then start to see where I can promote it.
Where were you recording? At home? Or?
At home. I have my own home studio.
I love it, man.
So then my first wife, right?
How many wives you had, bro?
This is my second one.
That's okay. And you can't consider yourself a serial wife until you got at least 3, bro. That's that night you said, my current wife. Yeah. I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
So she wanted a divorce straight away.
Okay.
Right? And after...
Your song should have been, Many Women.
I mean, that's the word man in women as well.
That's
so
true,
pretty
man.
much. So yeah, I gave her the divorce, and yeah, a lot of people that's supposed to support me didn't support me at all. So I just grind on myself. Like I start cutting off, start taking stock check on who will add value to my life and stuff like that. So because I firmly believe, right, everyone should find their fish.
Yeah.
Fish, as F.I.S.H stands for something. Like your fish is supposed to benefit you financially, intellectually, spiritually, and health. Right? Mental and physical. Yeah. So that's why I use this acronym during my life coaching most of the time. Like if your friend don't benefit you in this area, they're not your friend. Right? So financial benefit you can gain from your colleague. Right? That's the most superficial friend you can have. Yeah. Right? Not saying that they're not your friend, but they are your friend in that department.
Yes.
Your intellectual friend are your classmate and stuff like that, because you guys are pursuing the same thing. So that is still important, but it's not as important as the spiritual health. Because you need a friend that will tell you that, dude, this you can't do this, man. Like, it's wrong. Right? You need to exercise more. You need to not lie to your spouse. You need to do all these right things to keep your morality in check.
Yeah.
And to keep you spiritually in check as well. Like, dude, like, no one is watching, but God is watching.
Yeah.
Right? Don't do this. Don't
When did God become a prominent part of your life?
When I was incarcerated. Yeah.
Okay.
So I start believing that like God exists and everyone has a purpose. And for me, it's like trust that you have a purpose. No, if not, you won't be here. Like every time your dad ejaculate, like there's trillions of sperm. You're the only one that able to convince the egg to let you in. I mean, so so you won pretty much because you're here.
I love it. I love it.
So
I've not heard that take, but
so for me, it's like that. It's now what are you gonna do when you're here?
that's right.
Right? So when I realized that I already like won, I have a purpose. I start to work on that purpose. Right? So I always try to grind this into the youth most of the time. Like you are here for a reason.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's talk about your faith and values, because one of the things I picked up when we were talking was that integrity, family values, friendship, kindness, these are core to who you are as a human being. Share with me how that came about and how you're trying to foster that with the youth that you're giving a lot of life coaching to.
I use myself as an example because I've went through the things that they are pretty much facing, and some, right? So I see the trajectory of where they are going.
Yeah, you can see it.
So for me, it's like I'm just trying to be someone that I wish was there for me when I was your age. Because imagine this, I start pursuing passion when I got released in 2017, right? And I only start pursuing that passion and grow along the way to be where I'm at today.
Yeah.
Imagine if you invested earlier.
Yeah. Big difference.
Big difference, right? When you are at my age, you will be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have invested time in something that you can pretty much apply and grow earlier.
Yeah.
So for me, that has always been the message. And like there is always the right family bond and there's a wrong family bond, right? Although I talk about family value a lot, sometimes you have to understand you have to be the black sheep of the family to show them what is a real family value.
Yeah.
Even if they ostracize you till the end of time, you have to be the one that breaks the cycle.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, like a lot of the time you just fall back into the cycle. Like I'm using my father as an example. He was incarcerated. He was doing drugs. He was around the wrong crowd, right? What does that lead me to? Like that led me to the same path.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I need to break that cycle.
Yeah.
Right? I need to show my kids that it's possible to go against the grain, even though the grains are your family members.
Yeah. It's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. And I think the thing is, where your story is interesting and different and unique is you had this very solid 10 years behind you in a very regimented, disciplined environment. You slipped. It happens. Unfortunately, you slipped in a way that led you, to be incarcerated. But you have a story to tell, right? And now you're driving it. Talk to me about some of your other key philosophies that you believe in. I'm just going to get my phone because there was something I wrote down I wanted to ask you. But
okay.
Keep talking.
So, another thing that I believe in is stress is actually a good thing, right? Stress is just your body generating that chemical to tell you that you do not have the knowledge to solve it, right? Because problem exists. That's why stress exists.
Yeah.
Right? If it's not a problem to solve, you wouldn't be stressed about it.
Yeah.
So for me, when stress comes to you, it's because there's a key thing that you need to solve that you do not have the knowledge for it, right? So you should smile at it. You should welcome it because you need to understand once you found the knowledge to solve those things, it became a tool that you can show others
Yeah, I love it.
on how to solve and navigate.
In the book, you talk about positive leaving.
Yeah.
We're playing your surname,
Yeah.
Lee,
Yeah.
which I love. I want to talk about that, but one of the key things I wanted to talk about is you and I have many things in common. One of them is trying to share positivity.
Yeah.
You know, by being real and stuff. Talk to me about positive leaving.
Okay, it's actually, remember I told you I read like 70 over books. What I realized is like a lot of the time they have something that is missing, right? Sometimes it's too logical. Sometimes it's too religious. Sometimes like there's not enough mix of like scientific facts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for me, everything is interlinked. Everything.
100% agreed. I always say inextricably linked.
Yeah. So for me, it's like no matter how you look at it, like one of the chapters I talk about the universal law.
Yeah,
Right? Do you remember that?
I do.
So for me, it's like if you look at the universal law, it's only logical to conclude that the law of attraction is a real thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you talk about redemption and how it's based on what has happened in real life, right? And introspection.
Yeah. And for me, it's like once you pretty much dissect that where you are now is due to all your past action, you can't change anything, but you can change your future.
Well, tell us about how this book came about. And
I was just trying to merge all of the things that I've learned and apply into a small digestible book.
And what I love about your book is it is digestible. And it's funny, I don't know if it's because the first book that you read was streamlined, right? Was it? That influenced this being a small book?
Yeah.
You know,
it was the Andrew Matthew book.
Yeah. Talk about the power of purpose and faith.
I think once you found faith, right?
Yeah.
You understand that God has put you into this earth for a reason. Then you will try and find your purpose in life, because you are meant to do great things. Never let anyone tell you that you can't.
Yeah.
Right? And if people say that it's a stupid idea, it's stupid to them.
Yeah. I love
Right?
that.
So never let anyone tell you can't, and then just strive towards it.
You got to back yourself.
Exactly.
If I may, can I read you something from your book?
Yeah.
There were many powerful parts, but the thing that I loved most was the dedication to Muhammad.
Yeah, Aris. Yeah.
You were more than a friend, you were a brother.
Yeah.
Depression and drugs may have taken you away, but your memory continues to light the fire in me.
Yep.
I promise to keep speaking up. For those who feel unseen, for those who feel unheard, for those who think there's no way out, through every word, every verse, and every stage I step on, I will carry your name and I will fight for those still fighting. Your story didn't end with you. That was very powerful.
Yeah, because like, to be honest, like he was the one real friend that I have. He was very honest, even though sometimes his honesty come from a biased point of view, because we both rap, right? And he have his own style of rapping.
Yeah.
And he liked what he liked. So when I show him some of my new stuff, he's brutally honest. Bro, this is whack, man. Like, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes I listen and...
do you just sometimes, though, think, I'm not going to listen to what you're saying, man. I'm running my own race.
Yeah. Like, so most of the time I'll be like, I'll prove you wrong. I know I got a hit, right? So then what he don't like about me is like I tend to write songs for the ladies, right? So he's not that kind, right?
Basically, you're a Casanova.
Nah.
But you use art, you use hip hop as a vehicle for healing and change.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that is very powerful.
For me, like you need to find something that will keep you sane, because we're living in an insane world, bro. Right?
You know it.
So for me, it's like you need to stay grounded, and the way I stay grounded is to express myself through music, right? And I think that has been a very, very powerful tool. And moving forward, actually, next year, I'm starting my own non-profit where I want to provide the underprivileged youth a creative education for free.
Wonderful.
I want to show them that you can express yourself through music.
Very powerful.
You can learn. I will teach them how to write their own song, record their own song, publish their own song, and perform their own song. Right?
Can you talk to me about, your take on hope and resilience and the everyday practices that you recommend to these young guys and girls to help them?
For me, it's like never give up on yourself.
Yeah.
That's it. Right? Like first live with faith. Believe that God is challenging you for a reason. And once you understand that challenges are just chances to be better, right? Problems are just opportunity to be better, right? You will tackle it from a different lens, right?
You combine reason, faith, and understanding as key pillars to that whole positivity.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to touch about, because that's very powerful, is having the courage to try new things.
Yeah.
Because you have, you left service, you came out rapping, acting, writing this wonderful book. Where does that courage come from, and how could other people find that courage in themselves?
By knowing that if you don't try, you'll never know.
Yeah.
That's the basic thing, right? Like for me, it's like I didn't fall into acting because I want to pursue it. It was by chance.
Yeah.
A friend of mine who was already an actor, he was like, bro, why not you try acting to earn more money?
Yeah.
Music was slow. I was having a full-time job that was paying very little. I just need more money. And he was like, bro, just try acting. The same skill set that you have, it's just applied in a different environment. Like for example, when you are rapping and doing a music video, you are in the front of camera, right? Yeah. And you are rapping your lyrics.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, you are just acting for a series, rapping the script.
Yeah.
Just remembering the line that you need to remember, and you just act out. Like even music video, you are acting.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, when he says that, I'm like, it makes sense. Let me try it out. So I started off as a background extra, just the guy that walked past when they say action.
Yeah.
No lines, nothing.
And then that's where you got to start somewhere.
Right? And then eventually, I was given the opportunity to say 1 or 2 lines. Eventually, it became a script.
Yeah. So
for me, it's like, whoa, and from a booking that is 1 day to 2 days to 4 days.
Yeah.
To 5 days. And good news is recently I just got offered one of my biggest role as an actor.
Wonderful. Can you tell us about it? Are you allowed to?
Yeah. Okay. It's a new documentary about Singapore prison guard, right? And their life. So guess what, Rumor, man? I'm a prisoner, of course. But I'm one of the main prisoner that is antagonizing the lead character.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much the main villain.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, it's like a 12 days of booking. I'm like, whoa.
That's huge.
That's huge. I've never had that kind of booking before.
Yeah.
So for me, when on hindsight, if I don't try, when people offer me the opportunity, I'll never know if I'll excel in it.
I know. I haven't told you this, but when we moved back from the US, my son, who was quite young at the time, he was finding his footing, and my wife and I discussed how can we build his courage, his confidence, and we both agreed to put him into acting. And there was it's funny because all of his buddies that he became friends with there, they all got into SOTA for School of the Arts, but he got in based on his writing, his script writing, because he's wanting to be a filmmaker from the age of 8, right?
I learned that from listening to your podcast.
Yeah.
I think in one of the episodes you featured him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you guys talk about, so that's one thing that I want to kind of learn from you. Because my daughter is 13, my son is 10.
Okay.
And as a divorced parent, it's very hard to have that a tighter relationship.
It's tough.
Right? But I think there are still some values that you have that I want to pick on and apply to my kids, because I know what environment they're growing up in, right? Limitation environment. Because understanding my ex-wife, this no, that no, this no, that no. So for me, it's I need to first show them that it's possible to be different. At the same time, I want to give them the tool as a father to kind of like push them and motivate them.
hard.
And that is something that you have been doing, I think, very well.
I try, thank you. I mean, I struggle with certain things because I grew up in a very humble family, and my kids have grown up with a certain level of comfort, right? And my goal is, because I think all children are wonderful, are excellent, and I just encourage them. But it's funny because I put my son into boxing, and one day when he was about 14 or 15, he said, "Dad, am I doing boxing because you put me into boxing?"
Oh, yeah.
And I said to him, "Look, this is one thing of many that you do that I like and love. But you, for example, you enjoy steak. I've never heard you saying, 'Dad, do I enjoy steak because you introduced me to steak?' I love movies. Is it because you introduced me to movies? No, it's we all each have a calling." But I actually said to him, and I said this to him again recently, I said, and this is no slight on other sports, it's just how unique combat sports is.
Yeah.
You know, like football, soccer is the most popular sport in the world. So if you imagine there's a door with people signing up as kids, and you have 1,000 students, most of them are going to sign up to play football. And then some are going to do swimming. But when it comes to things like boxing, there's going to be 1 or 2 people. And then he said to me, "Oh, you mean you put me into it because there's less competition?" I said, no, there's more competition. It's elite competition.
Yep.
It requires a certain type of...
It's a different level.
Man, it's a different psychology and mindset. And I said, at the moment, you don't realize it, that the guys that are supposedly your competitors, these guys ultimately could be your best friends because they're living the same dream, like you said. They're getting up in the morning, they're running. And I assure you, if you're going to war, those are the men that you would want next to you, or the women. And but I think, so one of the key things I've tried to give the kids is discipline, right? So now, like my 2 older kids, man, like my son and my daughter, they're grafting, they're working hard. It's a weird thing because maybe because I'm delusional, I've never had confidence issues. Right, I've always believed in myself 100%.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
100%. And like
I wasn't like that though.
Most people are not.
Yeah.
Most people are not. And I don't know how. I don't know. My brother and I were built that way because of the way my mum and dad raised us, or where we grew up. But like, I faced a lot of racism. So the average Chinese guy in the UK was considered to be a wimp because their parents either ran the local Chinese takeaway or whatever. There was this image. And, Bruce Lee changed that and what it could be. And I've never subscribed to if you're black or white. Listen, a punch is a punch, a kick's a kick. Yeah. And my first love was running. And, everyone said, oh, all the black runners are faster. And it doesn't matter where you're from, what you do. You just have to give it the beans. Be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
But what I've learned in life is if you believe that you can be good at something, you're more likely to believe you are. If you believe you're shit, guess what? You're right. You're going to be shit. So you might as well believe.
So this is why I also tell the youth most of the time. I always tell them, I'll start by you are always right. Whatever it is in life, you are always right. Why? Because you won't listen to anybody else but yourself.
Yeah.
And here's the icing on the cake, right? You will never grow living with that mentality.
I love it.
Because at the end of the day, you can only grow when you realize that you have the capacity to make errors.
Yeah.
You have the capacity to be wrong.
Yes.
And then that's when you grow. Because once you understand that I may be wrong in this,
yeah.
what is the right way to do it? That's when you gain new knowledge. That's when you research it. And that's when you start to think like, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, I was wrong. Like, I need to be better.
Yeah.
And then the funny thing is, life get better when you get better. Right?
Yeah.
So if you stay the same, guess what? Your life will be worse because the world doesn't stay the same. The world constantly change.
Yeah.
Right? For the better or for worse, it's based on your perspective.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you are always right.
Yeah.
But you can only grow when you realize that you have the capacity to be wrong.
Yeah.
And you have the capacity to grow.
It's very powerful.
Yeah.
You have to have that white belt mentality about learning the whole time. I mean, talking about parenthood, one of the things that I think I haven't got right was this. So if I'll use my son as an example. Naturally, he didn't want to play a lot of sports, right? So he and I were very different. And I have 2 daughters as well. So I was acutely aware, given my sporting background, that I didn't want to impose that on him. You know, each child is unique and different and they'll find their own path. But I always felt that martial arts and self-defense for boys and girls is very important.
Yep.
And sports for young men in particular is very important in a whole variety of ways. And where I think I didn't get the balance right, and I'm still learning how to do this now, I would say to him, listen, man. So he's on the national boxing team. And I said, you're not doing enough push-ups. So for example, where you're at, and he was at 35 or 40 push-ups in a row. So I said, what is the guy there doing the most? 70. And I said, no, you need to be able to do 100 push-ups. And you can't consider yourself a serious athlete until you can do 100 push-ups in a row, clean. And then where I went wrong was I would say, when I was your age, I could do, and this is true, I could do it, but I shouldn't have said it in the same way. I could do 5 sets of 100 push-ups with a minute in between, right? Which that's elite. That's what you should be aiming for. So the problem is I sometimes would inject myself too much into the equation. And then the other thing with the kids, it would be reverse psychology, would be push and pull. I said, I don't know if you can do that, man. But but most of the time it was encouragement. I believe in you. You can do this. You need to back yourself. Oh, my coach doesn't believe in me. And I said, fuck your coach. You've got to believe in yourself, son, right? You have to believe in yourself. You have to make them a believer, because at some point people will or will not believe in you. And the one interesting thing with him that I noticed was there would be times when he was sparring or fighting that he got hit and he would not know what to do, or he would look down, he got hurt. And I said, one of the key things I've learned in life is, how do you take punishment? Because, using that Rocky line, nothing is going to hit you harder in life than life.
Yes.
And how you receive that. And I said, so there'll be a moment in the fight where you get hit. And in that moment, you've either broken or you're going to embrace it. And unless you're going up against someone who's, leaps and bounds beyond you in terms of strength and technical skill, when you do that, you have now imposed your will upon their will, right? So like Mike Tyson is my favorite fighter of all time.
Likewise.
I love him, Mike Tyson. But when he fought Evander Holyfield, he hit Evander Holyfield many times, his best punches, his best combos, and Holyfield just looked like him, like Pac-Man, like he's just eating it for breakfast. And I think you can see it in his soul. There's a point in round 5 in their first fight where Holyfield hit him to the abdomen, and it lifted Tyson off the floor, and you could see him take a gulp in, and I think he stole a big chunk of his soul. Then Tyson hit him this combination, his famous combination, hook to the body, uppercut, and it lifted Holyfield nearly off the flipping floor. Holyfield kept coming, and Tyson did this. Because at that point, he just thought, what the fuck do I have to do?
Yeah.
Right? This guy's a Terminator. And I've saw my son embrace that. And, that's just what life is. It's how you deal with problems.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, I think this is my favorite line. Like when people was asked, like, what define success, right? It's actually how many times you bounce back from failure that define.
I've got a lot in common, man. So when I was 27, I had a meeting with the CEO, and the head of HR, Jean Lee, beautiful, amazing woman, had arranged for me to have the meeting. And Corinne Teo, I mention her name because she listens to this, she was present for the meeting. And this gentleman, the CEO, said, look, you're very young. And I said, thank you. He said, it's not a compliment. I said, of course it's a compliment, because I'm 27 and I have the honor of being in your presence. And he said, I'm going to ask you a question, and if you don't answer it well, it's the end of the meeting. Yeah. I said, fine, but if I answer it well, do I get my $50,000 retainer? He said, okay. So he said, what's your definition of success? And I said, that's easy. It's how high you bounce once you reach rock bottom.
Yeah.
And he started laughing. He goes, he said, I've got another question. I said, you just said it was one. He said, you've got your retainer. This is just for my amusement. And this guy was a risk manager. His background was risk. He was not a particularly aggressive commercial guy. He was a risk manager. He said, how do you deal with mistakes? And I said, that's easy also. Zero tolerance, baby. Right? So going back to that incompetence. But I smiled. Do you know what I mean? So I love that. Talk to me a little bit about, when you look back, your personal reflections. What's some of the misconceptions that people have about you?
I think most people think that I have low tolerance when it comes to like, I was a violent guy, not anymore, but as I progress, most people still see me as that. right? So for me, it's like, no, I'm good now, man. Like, I'm chill. You know, I learned how to control my temper. And a lot of the time as well, people think I'm a womanizer. I'm not. I know I wrote songs for the ladies, but I'm not. Right? I have discipline, you know? Like this is one of the things that I like the most, right? A guy that deserves respect is the guy that have discipline, right? For example, if you choose to be peaceful because you don't know how to defend yourself, you're just a coward, right? But if you are capable of violence, but you choose peace, that's respectable,
I love it.
right? So
That's great.
So for me, like, I'm capable of fucking around. Pardon my French, but I choose not to,
Yeah.
right? So for me, I think I would deserve more respect in that way.
No, I love that. And I think one of the key messages that I wanted to get across from you today is how that discipline is across all avenues of your life, from your personal life as a husband, as a father, you know, as a businessman, right, and as a professional. It's all inextricably linked.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like, sadly, the world kind of like work in black and white, right? However, that is a good thing to me, right? Right is right, wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have to be disciplined enough to navigate that correctly.
Yeah.
For me, like, I will not, even in friendship, I will not negotiate. Like, you have to be honest with me,
Yeah.
right? Because I want to grow.
Yeah.
Tell me where's my shortcomings. I'll work on it, right? And at the end of the day, I will do the same to you.
Yeah.
I will not care about your feelings. I will be honest to you because facts don't care about feelings, right? So for me, that's how I navigate. I will let you know, like, this, you need to work on that, or else don't come with me with the same. Because one of the things that I hate the most is people complaining about the same problem and not doing anything about it.
I know.
That irritates.
Drives me mad.
Yeah.
It drives me mad.
So for me, after the third time I listen to you, I'll give you an recommendation, or I'll give you a suggestion.
Yeah.
You have to apply that suggestion.
Yeah.
Right?
And if they don't, it drives me bonkers, mate.
For me, if they don't, I'll just cut off friendship from there. Like, bro, can we meet again? Nope.
Yeah.
Have you applied this? No? Then no.
Yeah.
Because I know you're just gonna complain about the same thing.
It's a tough one. I try to be forgiving in friendship. And I said this to my daughter earlier this year. I said, friendship, you know, you have certain friends that are like leaves. One gust of wind and they're gone. They're fair weather friends. And then you have the branches, and they tend to hang around for a bit longer. But then you have your roots. And the reality is there are going to be very few roots that are deep.
Yeah.
You know, and when you find those friendships, you have to work on them. One of the things I admire most about my wife, you know, she's an extremely hard worker. You might not know this, but she's got a Fulbright scholarship. She's got a PhD from Yale.
I know.
You know,
based on your podcast.
Yeah, you heard it. Okay, so I'm very proud of her. But one of the things that I look at her and her friends, she and a core collective group of school friends are still best friends to this day.
Wow.
And you know, I wish I had that. I don't really have that. And it helps that they're all primarily in the same country, but it takes work. And they all have different paths, but they're doing great. I want to ask you some rapid fire questions, yeah?
Go for it.
So what's one lesson that hip hop has taught you that school never did?
That don't judge people by their action. Judge them by their intention. Because sometimes, like for me, I also judge people by action a lot. But I forgot that some people just don't know how to navigate.
Yeah.
They have good intention, just that they don't know how to navigate it well. And then it looks like they're doing something wrong or doing some,
I love that.
like, bullshit. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that, oh, that person care about you.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, so for me now, I learn to be more forgiving in that.
Well, they say in law, it's like actus reus, mens reus, which is Latin. You know, did you intend to commit that crime?
Yeah.
You know, so I like that. What would you say is the most misunderstood part of being a rapper in Singapore?
That you can't make it into a career. At the end of the day, like, it won't be a career to you if you downplay your value.
Yeah.
For me, like, my non-negotiable is I won't perform unless the money is right.
Yeah.
Right? For me, it's like my non-negotiable is you want me to perform? Fine.
I got
$500 per song. That's it.
Yeah. I got to get paid, man.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, oh no, you're gonna get a big exposure from this. Like even EJ pay me because he know my value,
Yeah.
right? So for me, it's like friend like that.
Yeah.
Where can you find?
Yeah.
For me, it's like no. Like if you think like it's good, do I have more than enough exposure? Like people in Hong Kong is paying me, people in Thailand is paying me to do music.
Yeah.
Like why do I need to undervalue myself for exposure? At this point,
that's the thing. Like in professional boxing, for example, it's got to make commercial success. I had a client a while ago. I've had it a few times when I do career coaching, and I sent him the charges, and he said, "Oh, you're very expensive." I said, "Well, it depends. What do you value?"
Yeah.
And I said, "By the way, do you want to take advice from someone who earns less money than you?" That's what I said, and I winked at him. What's a collaboration that's changed the direction of your artistry?
Okay, so this also happened by accident. I was part of this collective called X Warrior, right? So X Warrior is a collective of artists around the world, right? Their slogan is artists of all forms. So they have graffiti artists, they have tattoo artists, they have DJs, they have rappers, they have producers, even MMA fighters, right? That is rocking the emblem. And the nearest one to me was the collective in Thailand. So I became friend with Willie because the founder that is based in Canada said, you know what, why don't you work with him? Because he is struggling in terms of finding artists to match his speed of production. Because he produce quick.
Yeah.
And he only have one artist. And then he's growing his artist pool. And then I said, dude, like if you want to work with me, like you gotta pay me like for my time because like I freelance.
Yeah.
I don't have the paid leave.
You don't have a regular job, right?
Yeah. So for me, it's like I do everything that is legal in my capacity to earn money.
Yeah.
Right. So if you want me to spend some time in Thailand to work with you, I'm not gonna charge you, but pay at least for my accommodation and plane ticket.
Yeah.
And my meal. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? So the longer you take away from me, the more expenses on you.
Yeah.
Right? So I said, I'm letting you control this.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not gonna charge you a single cent. But do this.
No.
And he did.
I love that. What's the biggest creative risk you've taken so far?
Creative risk. Actually, recently I took this risk. I never write a Chinese song ever.
Oh, nice.
So I decided to kind of step out of my comfort zone.
Good for you, man.
And I'm not sure it's gonna pay off or not.
Doesn't matter. You started. You got to try, man.
Yeah. So it's like so this is pretty recent. So and Willie loved it because he produced the song.
Okay.
Then he said, "Dude, try this."
I love that.
So I'm like, okay. And then he paid for the MV. I just came back actually.
Good.
Yeah.
What's one acting role that you'd love to play but you haven't played thus far?
A superhero.
Mate, I love that.
Yeah, because
what powers would you have?
Anything. I just want my kids to be like, that's my dad.
Wow.
On screen, like a superhero. Because like they keep saying like, why do you always play the villain? I'm like, I've been typecast as a villain. Like, what can I do? You know, like, but it's not that
You wanna do something different.
Yeah.
Who does want to play superhero? I'll tell you this story. I don't know if you heard of it. Russell Crowe was being interviewed by Joe Rogan on his podcast, and he was filming a movie in the UK. And behind him there was a rugby game, and he was watching it in between takes. And there was one boy. They were about 12 years of age, and he saw this guy, and he just said that guy's he's the best player on the pitch. He knows what he's doing. Just mental note. Anyway, later on, at the end of filming, the boy came up and he asked him for an autograph, and he signed it Henry. And have you heard this story? It's a great story. So signed it Henry, and then Henry asked him, "How did you get into the movie business?" And He just thought the guy was very cerebral. Obviously, wasn't just a great player, understood the game. That was his observation. Anyway, fast forward, many, many years later, Russell Crowe is playing Superman's father, right? What is it? Kal-El's Superman. And he sees a guy training in the gym in the lead up to it. And after about a week, this guy finally came up to him and he said, "Hi, how are you?" And he said, I recognize you from somewhere. He said, "Yeah." And so he's playing Superman. It's Henry Cavill. And Henry said, "Have we met before?" He goes, "Yes. I met you when I was 12 and you signed an autograph." And he said, "You're that Henry." And it blew his mind. Can you imagine?
Wow.
What a story, yeah?
Yeah,
What
that's
an
a
absolute
great story,
story.
yeah.
And then another funny story linked to that my son told me about Henry Cavill, his niece or nephew, I can't remember which, was at school. And
I've heard this,
and he said, my uncle
is Superman. Yeah.
And then the teacher called the mum to complain, right? And your kid's got to stop lying. About what? Says his uncle or her uncle is Superman. I wanted to read this one thing to you. I put this up the other day. There's a playwright that died last week, the late great Tom Stoppard, and he wrote a play that I acted in. But this one bit struck through. Because children grow up, we think a child's purpose is to grow up, but a child's purpose is to be a child.
A child, yeah.
You know
post that recently, yeah.
Just because I thought that's meaningful. Because there are times where I'm conflicted because I know, like, my 16-year-old daughter just got a part-time job, and I'm really happy that she's doing it. She's going to learn a lot from that process. And you don't want your kids to go through hardship, but the reality is hardship shapes you.
Yeah.
Going through toughness.
Exactly.
It shapes you. To wrap up, are there any projects that you're working on? And tell us, for the people that want to hire you, acting, rapping, coaching.
Go to my website, leerocka.com. You'll find all my information there. Like I do act, I do rap. Like I charge $100 per song. Locally, no minimum. Overseas, the minimum 3 songs, as long as you pay the accommodation and the flight, is $250 per song.
Okay.
Minimum 3 songs, right?
Okay.
So I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to just hire me for 1 song overseas. So, and moving forward, like I'm starting a podcast with a group of friends where we're gonna...
You're gonna have me on the show, mate.
Of course, bro. Like you will be one of the first few guests. I
love it. I love it.
So it's called Run Your Mouth. So just whatever gripe you have with the industry that you have,
fuck it, lay it down.
Lay it out. Because like for me, change starts with highlighting the problem and becoming the solution to that problem. So there are a lot of problems in this world. So I think by starting that podcast, we want to highlight like what's the problem from being a food panda rider all the way to a CEO. Like what's your problem in your industry?
Love it.
Run your mouth and see if we can come up with a solution for it, right?
I love that.
So there's another project that I'm working on. And like I said, moving forward with these few friends of mine that we're going to do the podcast, we're going to start this non-profit, which we hope to turn into a charity organization.
Good.
Because like as a charity organization in Singapore, whatever donation you get is tax deductible.
Yeah.
So my point is like, I already know so many business owners.
Yeah.
Like, why not I benefit you by, donating to us? You can claim your tax deductible.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, like, it's a win-win for me and my friend because we are trying to provide creative education for free to the underprivileged, right? Because that is my main target. And then eventually, hopefully, it branch into a social enterprise because, like I said, troubled youth is not just on the underprivileged. There are other side of the
across
spectrum.
The board, man.
Yeah.
It's across the board.
So for me, it's like to get funding from the government, we have to target a specific audience, and no one is doing this for the past 5 years that I've been pitching. I've been pitching this idea to a lot of charity organization, and I realized that they already have their hand full.
Yeah, you got to run it. You got to drive it.
So I'm like, you know what? Like, why not I be the solution for it?
Yeah.
Right? Let me just start this, and hopefully, like, it will solve the drug issues that we are having in Singapore. Because like I think bully and drug goes hand in hand,
Yeah, for sure.
right? Because bullying is just people trying to impress other people that are, is the wrong circle in the first place, but you have no one to kind of gravitate or build with. That's why you are in that circle.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, I'm trying to solve this bullying and drug issues by like recruiting people with the same passion and then work towards it.
I love that.
Right.
A raising tide raises all ships.
Yeah. So for me, like I have people that are like, I know how to do podcasts. So because we are starting a podcast and we're going to teach them how to do a podcast for free as well. Not just doing music. I have friends who are barber. He said, like, once you start that, let me know because I can teach barbering for free. I'm like, great.
Love it.
So I start to find people that are willing to teach these underprivileged people the set of skill that will take them away from that useless environment.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's do this,
Game on. Well, Daniel, unlike your song, which is about many men, I've met many men in the course of my 48 years on the planet, but you've got a unique story, a unique voice, and I appreciate you sharing it today, brother.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Man, it's been a pleasure. Do you enjoy it?
Love it.
Man, it's the beginning of a long-term friendship, for sure.
For sure,
All right,
sure.
thanks, Daniel. I appreciate you.
Always welcome, Paul.
Cheers.
Cheers.